Hello, yogis and friends at a distance. It's Reverend Shelley Dungan. I'm going to guide us through a short practice that's focused on core. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that you've made a little bit of time to do something good for yourself. And this could be ideal as a standalone practice, but also if you just went for a hike or a walk, or you rode your bike, or you did some dancing and you just want to kind of cool it down and focus on your core for a few minutes, that's what we're going to do together. But since it is yoga, we do acknowledge that it is a spiritual practice as well as a physical practice. So please create a sense of sacredness in the space where you are. If you have a yoga mat, you can use that, but you don't need it. And just want you to feel and sense where you are. So start to come into the moment. Feel the ground underneath you. Sense and notice the space around you and the energy that you'll be breathing in and out with and moving through. And acknowledge that in this moment, that life is good. I'm going to read to you a poem called Circle of Breath by Dana Falls. Inhale and let go. Over and over, the circle of breath brings me into this moment. The even flow of air, the act of taking in and giving back. Breathing draws me inside the radiant reality of now. I can't breathe deeply and be fearful, or breathe freely and be anywhere but right here. The whole of me embodied in these waves of breath. So let's start with that. Just the waves of breath flowing in and out. Just sip it in and out through your nose. And if you're really tense, you might not be able to take a deep breath quite yet, but just want you to breathe like that. Deep, deep. Let your belly fill, your ribs, your chest fill up. Breathe out. Feel the opportunity to just let go. So the inhale, a little bit of work. The exhale, really easy. And just may this practice that we have together benefit us individually, and may it somehow equip us to send some good energy out into the world once we're done. So would you please put your hands right on your knees, and we'll just start to warm up a little bit, leaning to the right, back, left, and around. And I want you to ground yourself in gratitude, thankful that your body can do this, that you are wise enough to take some time to do this, and that you have space. And if you want to put some music on where you are, you can do that. I don't have music in the background because it kind of interferes with the recording process. So it's quiet here in my studio, but you can put some nice music on. And as we slow down and become much more self-aware, what are you feeling in your trunk of your body and down into your hips? And then the other way, lean to the right, forward, left, and back. And maybe this time your head can kind of join in, so you invite your neck to loosen up a little bit. Be aware of your hands, what they're touching, what the texture of the cloth or the skin feels like. Notice the sights and sounds in your environment. Everything that's just happening right now in the moment. And you can wind your way right back to your center. Let's reach the hands out, spread through the fingers so you can just sense a broader energy right from the heart out through the shoulders and the arms. Reach up and then turn your hands out. Smooth the air around you, like your fingers are just combing through the air, and you're creating a nice energy of calm around you. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale as you reach down. And then you can start to bring your head into that movement as well if you want. Inhale, you can lift the chin. We're lifting our energy of our torso up a bit. And then as you come on down, you can drop the chin. 2 more times. Just notice if, as you settle into this little practice time, maybe your breath starts to get deeper. Your mind starts to slow down a little bit. Then we're going to twist to the right. Take your right hand behind you onto the floor. Take your left hand onto your right knee and slowly twist around. We'll start to kind of cleanse and clear our energy and balance the muscles of our back. On the in-breath, make sure that your belly is soft. And then on the out-breath, then you can squeeze the navel in and twist a little bit deeper. It's good to think about that twist initiating right from the low belly. So that's the part that twists first. And then the ribs follow to some degree, and then the chest, and then possibly the head. You're going to keep the left hand where it is. Take the right arm up for a moment. Really reach high. Little side bend. So you can open through the right ribs. You can let your left ear drop towards your left shoulder. And then use the strength of your core to sit back up. Cross your right arm over your left. If you're tight, you'll bend at the elbows. Put your hands right there on your shoulders. And we're going to circle. Otherwise, bend more deeply for eagle arms, winding your forearms together. Lift your elbows up and around. And even right now, as we're moving the elbows, moving them through space, see if you can lift up right from the deepest part of your seat, all the way up into your chest. Just a nice lifting of energy. Good. We'll release the circles, unwind your arms, reach all the way out, reach up. Big in-breath is here. Big out-breath. Bring your fingertips down. And now we're going to twist to the left. Your left hand comes behind you. Your right hand comes onto that left knee. And nice, beautiful twisting here. Just wringing out. You think about the in-breath as energizing and the out-breath as very releasing. It's often the out-breath that gets us a little deeper into a pose or into a stretch. And the right hand will stay where it is. Left arm comes up. Look back toward the front of your space. Lean to the right. Let your right ear soften towards your right shoulder. Nice stretch through the left ribs. Sitting up strongly. Left arm comes over the right, bending at the elbows, either hugging the outer shoulders or winding the forearms together for eagle on this side. And this time we're going to lift and lower the elbows. So as you lift your elbows up, this could be the in-breath. Out-breath, round and tuck. Pull your navel in, lean forward. And then make that smooth. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. 2 more times. Good job. Bring your elbows down and release them. Give them a little roll. And then I'd like you to lean back onto your palms. Lift your knees up. Lift your feet up. I'm going to come into boat pose. So big strengthener for the core. And you can keep your feet low to the ground or you can lift them higher. Sit up a little brighter. If you want, put your hands behind your knees. Kind of hold on. Take your elbows to the side a little bit. So a chance to strengthen your arms and lift up from the low belly, the low back. Lift up through your chest. Breathe. If you want to have a little fun, take your arms out to the sides. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Take your feet down and wide. Put your palms right on the front of your shins or right at the front of your knees. Sit up taller. Lift up. Go sideways so maybe you can see better. Lift up and then lean back. You're going to hold on pretty tightly to the front of your knees. It's a seated cat and cow. Again, we're moving the torso, using the strength of the core to do that. One more time. Super. And then let's come from here right onto hands and knees into tabletop. Spread your fingers wide and press your palms right into the earth like you're giving the ground a little kiss. And you've got your knees underneath your hips. And then you can curl your toes under, lift your hips, drop your ribs, lift your chest, gaze forward. Feel how you're stretching the front side of your torso. And then uncurl your toes, round and tuck. Use your belly muscles to pull that navel in toward the spine, rounding. We're going to flow like that. Inhale, hips and chest rise. Exhale, rounding, tucking, navel draws in. Twice more. And then coming into a flat back. I'd like you to lean onto your left knee, take your right toes behind you, reach way, way, way back. As you push into your palms, get strong through the arms, look forward. And when you bend your right knee, now we're going to round and tuck, right knee toward the right cheekbone, and find a flow like that. Inhale, release back. Exhale, draw the low belly in, pull that knee in as best you can. Little crunches. One more. And then hold your right foot back. You can flex the ankle now. Lean into your right hand. Stretch your left fingertips forward. Spinal balance here. And if you want a few crunches, this is a little trickier, but you can bring your left elbow and your right knee in. Terrific. Hold. And then place your left palm down, your right knee down. Good. And lean back into child's pose just for a breath or two. And if you need to move your wrists around, give them a little wiggle or a little shake. And then rise with me, right back into tabletop. Lean into your right knee. Left toes go way back. Press in. Tuck your chin slightly and see if that helps you zip the low belly in. And then we're going to bring the left knee and left cheek toward each other and flow here. In breath. Out breath. Feel like you're getting stronger already? I do. This time we're going to hold, left foot back, flex the ankle, look down, zip up the lower abdomen, lean into your left hand, stretch your right fingertips forward. If you want the challenge, crunching, right elbow to left knee. Good. Inhale is here, exhale is here. One more. Good job. Let's take the knees wide, come into a wide-kneed child's pose to rest. Wiggle your hips towards your heels. And if you're more open, you might be able to slide your palms forward and put your forehead on the mat. If you're tighter, stack your hands, rest your forehead. But we'll all sink torso toward the ground. 5 breath pause. Please walk your hands in. Bring your knees together, slip down over onto one hip, and swing your feet toward the top of your mat. Let's come on down. Lay down on your back. Notice that you're just shifting, new perspective in the room. Interlace your fingers in the front of your right knee. Stretch your left heel up. Few leg lifts, lifting and lowering the left leg, and going slowly so you can concentrate on lifting from your lower abdomen, having some kind of extension out through the leg. It doesn't have to be straight. Affirming of the left quadricep onto the left thigh bone. And then next time you lower the left leg, keep your left heel just off the mat. Take your elbows wide, flex both of your ankles. Sit up to any degree. Right cheekbone is toward the right kneecap. Those who want the challenge, hands can come behind the head. Breathe. Lower yourself back down. Bring both knees in. Give them a good firm hug in towards your chest. Maybe a little rock side to side. Let your low back loosen up. And then the other side, interlace your fingers on the front side of the left knee. Right heel goes up. Back of the body is really grounded. Lifting and lowering the right leg. Firm through the right quadricep. Lower that right heel to any degree that you can toward the ground and lift from the low belly as best you can. Next time you lower the right heel, if you can hold it off the ground, do so. You can take your elbows wide, lift into a little crunch, left cheekbone toward left kneecap. More of a challenge is right here. Breathe. Good. And then release both knees back in, hug them in, give a little rock side to side. Take your arms out into a T shape. Put them flat down on the ground. Your back of your shoulders and your arms are going to be kind of your anchor. And then we're going to tip these folded legs slightly right and slightly left. So these are abdominal rotations. Starting to get the sides of the waist. And feel into the health of your low back. Don't go too far. But definitely interested in a bit of a challenge. Good. And then next time your knees come to the right, stop at whatever point you can hold and hover for a few moments. Kind of pulling toward the ground with your left shoulder, your left ribs. And then eventually let your legs drop to the right completely. A few moments of a spinal twist here. You can roll your head to the left. You can roll your left palm up. Let your feet be relaxed and it's really easy. Let your spine twist. And back through the center. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Your legs are going to hover to the left. Pause. Feel the challenge. Right shoulders dropping, right outer ribs pulling down. And then the legs drop completely to the left. Try to let your feet relax. Your left hand is on your top knee. And you can roll your head to the right if you want and flip your right palm up. Nice full breaths. And we're going to bring ourselves out of this twist and into just a minute or so of relaxation. So please stretch your legs really long. Your knees are wider than your hips. You can feel your heels on the ground. Let your toes kind of flop out. Often it's most comfortable to have the arms kind of 45-degree angle away from the body with the palms up. And then you're just going to drop into that place of feeling and noticing, sensing, easeful, non-doing, nothing to do but let your body integrate and rest. And try to stay present to exactly what you're experiencing right now. Allow yourself to experience the full letting go of the weight of your body to the ground. Allow your breath to become natural. You can allow your eyes to close if that's helpful for you.